schedule.
Radio check, 1, 2, radio check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Hey RCT, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be testing out a Astro Saber, Motorola Astro Saber. This is a digital version of the traditional or the first Saber, which was just analog. This does have P16 and P25. P25 is the digital version of the radios that Motorola designed years and years ago. So I'm here at the same place as I did the other radio, the DeWalt, and with the DeWalt that was 2 watts FRS. Here this is going to be a VHF. VHF, from what people say, they are less able to reach further distances, but VHF does have a different wavelength than UHF. The wavelength for a VHF is a little bit more it's designed, or it is capable of reaching further distance based on the obstruction. It does not do good with obstruction. It does do a lot better in open fields, open distance. Same thing as marine radios or VHF, Coast Guard, boats, they all use VHF version because it has a ability to travel a little bit better in the open field. So I'm here at the same Mesa Riverview Park. Pull up the map here somewhere. I'll move this out of the way so we can put the map up. So we are going to be starting off here at the same place, same style. I'm going to have the scanner running in the background here in the car with the external antenna to indicate someone standing outside. So I'm going to go to various locations, I think 5 or 6 locations. One's going to be further down the, what do you call it, just under the freeway overpass, and under, around it, down the ways. That was a location where the FRS wasn't able to reach over here because, again, it's 2 watts. But with this being VHF, I think it's 5 watts, I have a little bit more confidence that this is going to reach a little bit further. Sorry I can't open the sunroof today. It's a little darker here. I don't know if the light will help. The sunroof, I think it messed up and I got to take it in the Jeep to get it fixed. But here is a radio, very nice looking radio. And then maybe at another time I will try out the, let's see what I have here, the UHF, same version. So it's the same thing. This one's just a Model 3. This is a Model 2. There's not much more benefits with having the buttons here unless you want to enter IDs and page, or MDTF, which is again not really used as much anymore. But that's really the difference. UHF here, and this is VHF. You can tell by the antennas a little bit longer on VHF versus the UHF. I'm also going to be rocking these new batteries I got from Amazon. So far I have not seen these last very long, so I'm not too sure about this brand. These batteries are a little bit more difficult to get now since they are obsolete. This one, I got it from Amazon, I think 2 for $30. Really, it's not that good as a original battery from Motorola. It's 22 milliamps. The thing I don't like about this is that it wiggles on here. So I'm not really sure if I want to keep these, or I guess just look for something different. So I got 30 days to return on Amazon, so let's see if they're even worth keeping. And like I said, they're really loose. They missed a Newton meter here, or it's just a little off. You can kind of see it wiggling here. If you don't see it, you can definitely feel it. So alright, so I'm gonna get my bike out. I'm gonna get that ready, drinking my hydration pack, so my liquid IV are ready to go, and then we'll make our way around, and I probably will do the hard work for you. You get to sit back and watch me cut and paste for you and see how well the radio works. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Stand by.
Check 1 2, checking on analog. Let's see what it sounds like. 1 2 1 2.
Check 1, 2, checking on digital P25. Let's head out. Alright team, we're going to go to the first location that we tried before that the DeWalt FRS radio could not reach. It was more so on the other side of the freeway. Forgive me if this is not straight again. But let's head over there, see if this one works better than the DeWalt. Let's go. Alright team, this is where we were the one time where the FRS did not reach. Let's see what it sounds like today.
Check 1, 2, green 1. We are on analog 5 watts. Check 1, 2, let's see what it sounds like.
Alright, let's go over to P25. Check 1, 2, checking on P25 digital. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, radio check. Let's see if this will come through. Alright, that's the first test there. Like I said, there's a lot of freeway in between us, a lot of concrete, a lot of obstruction. The FRS 2 watts did not work. I'm hoping this at least went through, so let's go on to the next spot to see how well this does. Alright, stand by. Alright team, we're at the second location. I believe last time I made this, the first location, but I'm going to go backwards this time. Sorry, I let the plane pass over. Alright team, we are at the second location. I believe last time I made this the first location, but I'm going to go backwards this time. So, let's see how this works. We are directly across from the place that I parked, directly on the other side here. So again, we're using 4 watts VHF, and let's see what it sounds like on analog first.
Check 1, 2, radio check 1, 2, seeing what it sounds like on analog.
Okay, we'll go over to P25. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2, seeing what it sounds like on P25, just near the side of the freeway. Alright, so we're going to see exactly what it sounds like. 4 watts or 5 watts on VHF should be enough just to get on the other side of the freeway here. There is some obstruction, some of the freeway concrete, but this definitely should have no issue just getting on the other side. All right, let's go on to the third location and we'll see what it sounds like there. Stand by. All right, team, we're here at the third location here next to the Cubs Slow End Park. I don't know if we can see that. Last time I tested out here, worked very, very well with the FRS radio. I'm not really anticipating any interference or any issues, although you never know with VHF. I'm not much of a VHF fan, only because if you think about it, VHF is you get your mirrors and then your multi-use radio service and a few ham radio bands. If you're not licensed for ham, you can't be on it, which means all you can really use is mirrors, safely. But if you think about UHF, you have FRS if you're using 1 watt, and then GMRS, you can use a full 4 watts, because I think GMRS you can use 5 watts, and most radios for UHF are up to 1 to 4. So that's my preferred band there. So all right, let's see what it sounds like. We'll go to green 1, or analog first, and then we'll see what it sounds like.
Check 1 2, check 1 2, radio check. We are at the third location.
All right, let's go over to P25.
Check 1 2, radio check 1 2. This is the third location on P25.
All right, let's go on to the fourth location and continue to see how VHF works on a Motorola Astro Saber. Stand by. All right, team, we are at the, what is this, fourth? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna hit analog first again and then P25. We are definitely a ways further out. Excuse my huffing and puffing. Again, I don't keep up with my biking. And then when I get on it, I feel like, hey, I can do this until I get about a couple miles into it. I'm sure this is just a mile, but I'll say a couple miles. All right, whoop, I think I'm making you crooked there. So we have the park here right in front of us, so that's enough obstruction to either allow or not allow VHF to get through. So let's see what it sounds like.
Check 1 2, this is analog on Motorola Astro Saber. Again, analog, a little bit further away over the park. Check 1 2, let's see what it sounds like.
All right, let's go to P25. All right.
Check 1 2, this is P25 on the Motorola Astro Saber. 1 2 3 4 5, radio check. Let's see what it sounds like.
All right, that is it. I think I have one more spot. I think I'm gonna head on the other side of the park, just on the street side. I don't have any anticipation it's not gonna work. It should be a little bit more line of sight. It is going to be on the other side of the hotel, so I think for the most part it should be working very well. And doesn't mean this is going to be the only place I'm going to test these out. I might just test it out somewhere where there's a little bit more obstruction. I think at malls are probably a better ideal location, because there's definitely a lot more people, businesses, electronics, obstruction. So this won't be the last time we'll test out VHF. All right, stand by. We'll go to the next one and we'll see how well these do. Stand by. Alright team, I'm here a little further back. Last time I think I was further up there, right here. I want a little bit more obstruction between the hotel and the car. The car is just right here. So I'm going to see what it sounds like with a little bit more obstruction. Alright, stand by. I don't know if you just saw, almost got hit by a lady. She was a little upset that I made her stop so abruptly, but those are the chances you take bike riding around here. Alright, let's start with analog, green 1. Stand by.
Check 1, 2, radio check. I am currently out of breath, huffing and puffing, but let's see what analog sounds like on the other side of the
Okay, let's go over to 6. Orange 6, which is your P25. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, using P25 on VHF, Motorola Astro Saber. Let's see what it sounds like just on the other side of the hotel. Alright team, that's it for the test. I'll put up a map right here so you can kind of see what the distance. I'll put little points and locations, my little route, to see how much in total I biked and the distance that the radios were reaching. Again, I do anticipate these do work a little further in the city. I don't think there's many using VHF nowadays. Firefighters, some fire departments are still using VHF. Most here in the Phoenix Valley, West Valley and East Valleys have gone over to 700-800 megahertz to the benefit of the towers that have been put up here in the valley. So some departments again still are using VHF. That's why sometimes you do see some departments with a Motorola Apex 8000 or Apex 7000. 7000 does dual band, so if your department is using 7.8, you can still do VHF and talk to your firefighter buddies. Some are still using VHF, UHF, and 700-800 megahertz, and that's where you get the 8000 involved. So that's all I have. Let's head back over to the Jeep. We'll close it out, and we'll go from there. Stand by. Alright team, we are done with these. I'll have to say these are very good radios. I haven't tested to see if there is any issues for them to come through. It's on the scanner right now. So it said there is 20 saved audios, so I'm pretty sure at some point it picked up something here and there. But just to kind of go over this one more time, this is a VHF pushing out 1 watt on low power and 5 watts on high power. Motorola Astro Spectra. Astro meaning it has the digital P25 version in it. The Motorola Sabers are the ones with the red buttons, similar to the ones that you see on Jurassic Park, which someday I will make that. So again, this does have P16, which is actually I don't think this one does. I looked at the code for this one. This just has the Astro and then the conventional programming. So this does not have trunking. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Hold on. All right, had a few bikers come through. Sorry about that. But typically they have Project 16, which is analog trunking. P25 is their digital version of it. This didn't have that, which is not a big deal. Don't really need that. But it does work pretty well still after being I'm saying this is more than 20 years ago. I think these were in the 1980s, if anything. So these are still kicking pretty cool. They do come with a pretty large belt clip on the back. Let me see if I can pull the other one out. I kind of like how they designed these belt clips because they are more of a guaranteed it's going to be in there. there's a little pin down here. You got to push in the pin and that will come out, and then it comes out from the top here. So I kind of like that it's actually onto the radio more than the battery, like the newer radios that we have do that. I mean, obviously they don't design these the same way with the new radios anyway, so that's not really an option for us. But definitely kind of cool that the belt clips are still kind of rocking, and these belt clips I would say are a little bit more tougher than the plastic ones the XTS versions do come with. And if anything, I think someone needs to come out with the same type of belt clip that the Apex has, where you kind of put the radio into the sleeve and then it locks in here. But other than that, that's what we have here. So, all right, feel free to comment, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think if you have one. Let's program it and test it around the valley. Someday I want to go up to South Mountain and see what I can hear and see if you can hear me. So I'll post something on my Instagram one of these days. I'll let you know when they'll be. But follow me on Instagram. I'll put that below as well. And we'll see you on the next video. Let's do a radio check over and out. So let's stand by. Oh, you know what? I don't have the other antenna, so we won't be able to do it. I only brought one VHF antenna. All right, team. That's all I have. Radio check over and out.